7 jurors have been seated so far in Donald Trump's hush money trial in New York City. 11 more still needed before opening statements can begin. Matthew Whitaker is the former acting Attorney General, joins me now. Matt, it seems like they're making progress on jurors. 7 seated after only 2 days. I thought this was going to take 2 or 3 weeks, but apparently not. There's progress here.
It is progress, and obviously they're having to choose from a very large jury pool. The first day they dismissed more than half of the folks that showed up as potential jurors. But, 7's a good start. Obviously they're picking 16 because they need 12 plus 4 alternates to ultimately start this trial. But, it's going to be very interesting if any of these jurors were not honest with the voir dire in this case when the lawyers and the judge ask them questions and are kind of stealth, either anti-Trump or pro-Trump jurors. It's going to be fascinating to watch.
But how do you winkle out somebody who's already got an opinion? I mean, how do you? As a lawyer, I'm sure you've done this in your time. How do you do it?
Yeah. Well, especially something with as much publicity as this case and Donald Trump generally receives on an ongoing and daily basis. He is going to have a hard time, I think, getting a fair trial. The New York City voted for Joe Biden by more than 70%, and in a recent poll of 2,000 people in Manhattan, 60% had already judged the case. So it's going to be hard. I think they're going to be able to find these jurors, and once the trial starts, you're going to see how weak this case actually is.
Oh, you say it's a very weak case. So do you believe that everything will be thrown out on appeal?
Yeah, I do, and I think there's several issues at play here. One is the extension of the statute of limitations. These almost every charge was a misdemeanor before it was elevated to a felony because of this completely bogus campaign finance violation that's alleged. And so I think once the pieces and parts of this are dissected on the law, ignore the facts, which are equally as weak, but the law just is not there. And I think Alvin Bragg has made a way too far of an extension. You saw this in the Supreme Court arguments yesterday on the January 6th defendants and some of the charges that they have been accused of and many convicted of, and just how when you take and extend the law too far, ultimately, courts of appeals will smack prosecutors back.
Trump says he's not going to be allowed to attend his son Barron's high school graduation because of the trial. The judge has still not made a ruling on that. Just suppose, what happens if Trump ignores the judge? Piers Morgan on our air says Trump should just go to his son's graduation and ignore the judge. What would happen to Trump if he did that, if he ignores the judge and goes to the high school graduation?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think it's outrageous that the court can't allow him a day to go see one of the most significant events, in his son's life. And so that's the first issue, Stuart. But the second thing is fundamentally, are they really going to, because somebody wants to go to a high school graduation, if they prevent him from going and he goes anyway, are they really going to put him in jail? I don't think so. I think you're going to, if the gag order is violated, which again, the gag order is usually used to protect the defendant, not as a weapon against a defendant. But that being said, whether it's a violation of the gag order or whether it's going to Barron's graduation without prior approval from the court, I just don't see a court putting Donald Trump in jail. I think that would be outrageous, and the American people would be completely offended by that.
Yeah, I can't imagine the reaction if they tried to do that. You go to prison because you attended your son's graduation, get out of here. Matthew Whitaker, always good. Thanks for joining us, sir. Always appreciate it, too. Yeah. Thanks a lot.